The difference between good blues players and great blues players is how they play turnarounds. I've got 6 of them for you here. The turnaround signals the end of a blues progression is used to set up the next chorus of a solo. It can also be used to signal the end of your solo back to the singer to another soloist. Now, this turnaround is in the key of B flat, and it uses the major third as a marker for the chord you were on. You start off with a bend on the 3rd string 8th fret. Use your ring finger for that, and always use the other fingers to support it. The end note you play with that bend is the same note as the next one on the 2nd string. A T-bone Walker would often use a quick bend on that same note. And he would immediately release that note halfway through the bend. Another one that he would often use is a 1/4 step bend on the flat at the 7th. Now this is your flat at 7th on the 2nd string 9th fret. You're just bending it a bit to give the note a little bit of character. The end note of the turnaround is an F on the 2nd string 6th fret, which is the tonic of the 5 chord you're on. This one is a real mixture of the blues scale and the Mixolydian scale. We start out on the 1st string 6th fret. Now always try to use 1 finger per fret whenever you can. This way you can achieve a greater speed and have a better sense of where you are on the fretboard. Now, the chords at the end are a great way to signal the end of a turnaround. This is a more jazzy turnaround that makes use of the altered scale on the F7th and implies an F7 flat 9 or an S7 sharp 9 chord. Now whatever you do with this one, do not play an F9. The note that makes this necessary is the first note you play. That's a G flat note on the 2nd string 7th fret. That note is a half tone or 1 fret away from the Mixolydian scale notes you're going to be using, and it will sound off if you play an F9 chord under that. Doesn't work. This is the altered scale that these notes come from. This scale is often used to introduce as much tension as you can on a dominant 7th chord. It's a real jazz territory here. You don't see it a lot in jump blues, but players like Duke Robillard and Little Charlie would often throw this in just for kicks. You start the riff off with your index finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. That's the flat 9 of the chord you're on. And then you play the 9th fret, which is the sharp 9. Then you make that movement. You immediately slide back, pull off, and slide back to the first blues position, 1 fret back. The rest of the turnaround is a regular B-flat Mixolydian one. In the next section, we're going to continue with some more turnarounds.